Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by and welcome to the channel. Please check out the description section below and the comments as well. Sometimes I put links in there with more information about whatever it is I'm talking about in the video. This is going to be a little statue review of the Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back statue from Gentle Giant. I don't really have any Star Wars statues, so to speak, so this is my favorite. Or should I say it's probably my only. And I don't really remember if I had any others in the past. I have a lot of Star Wars action figures, the little small ones, but I don't have anything that's like a statue as far as I can remember. But brain's getting old, so who knows. You've probably seen The Empire Strikes Back. If you have a chance, try to pick up the 4K Blu-ray. I really recommend it. It's pretty awesome. Probably the best version of the movie that you can watch. It's, picture quality and sound is really good, especially for a movie so old. It's really fantastic what they did with it. And another movie, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, Rogue One. I'm sure most Star Wars fans have seen Rogue One at this time. Again, fantastic to own the 4K discs, the Blu-ray, the Vader scene in the movie, which is probably one of the best scenes that, the character is in probably any of the movies, I think. It was just such a menacing scene, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, so let's have a look at the box. Check it out. On the front of the box, we have Vader, and this was from a scene in The Empire Strikes Back, and if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, Cloud City scene, the freezer scene. So it says Darth Vader, The Empire Strikes Back, limited edition statue, and Gentle Giant off to the side, and you can see the back. The side, and this is the back. A still shot from the movie. And on the top of the box, it just says Star Wars, Darth Vader. Very shiny box. It's black, and just like the statue, and like I say in many videos, having a pair of gloves with rubber palms is great. You don't have to worry about fingerprinting, cleaning it up after. You don't have to worry about, slipping and then falling, whatever it is, whether it's statues or other, collectibles or, home theater speakers that you're moving around. These things can't be beat. Okay, so the statue. Now the statue on the base has lights. So let me see if this works. Ah, look at that. The camera was able to record it. I was wondering if it would. Actually, I have to turn the light back on now because we can't see Darth Vader at all. Okay, so the statue itself of Darth Vader is separate from the steps, okay? I'll bring it over here very carefully and have a look at that. Pretty nice looking. I like it. Definitely, a great scene from the movie, The Empire Strikes Back. Let me put this back up on the steps. Now, when you put this on the steps, Vader's kind of angled, so the cape, the back of the cape has to be on the back step, and it just kind of like sits in there. I was probably blocking the whole thing as I put it back down, but so Vader, the way the statue is designed, Vader's cape kind of fits right into the steps. I don't know how I could show this without kind of blocking with my hand, but where his foot is and where the cape is, and the cape in the back over here kind of overhangs, and here's where the on-off switch is for the lights on the base. I think it would have been really cool if the lightsaber would have lit up. I think that would have really been awesome, and potentially the lights on his chest plate, but it doesn't. But I like how the stance is, and Vader's front hand is open, like using the Force. And I feel like with these gloves on, I feel like Vader. Is this working? No? Okay. Anyway, You know, the stance is pretty cool. It's definitely a action stance. And I should actually point something out. It needs 3 AAA batteries. So you're talking about AAA. These are the small ones, you know, smaller than a AA. But I suggest picking up some of these lithium AAA batteries. I guess it doesn't have to be Energizer or whatever, but on the back it says 100% leak proof. And I think that it's great because, you know, let's face it, it's a statue. You know, you're probably going to put the batteries in here and potentially forget that the batteries are in. So you'll probably turn it on sometimes. You know, you probably have it off most of the time, who knows. And, you know, when it's off, it might be sitting, you know, months, weeks, or years with it on display, who knows. Anyway, it's nice to have that peace of mind that batteries aren't going to leak inside of the expensive base. Because, I mean, it's a statue and statues aren't cheap. Let me give you a measurement of it. So the base is about 10 inches wide, roughly. It's just a little bit more than 10 inches, maybe. About 10 inches, and I can't really see a little bit. What is it? It looks like it's about 10 1/8 inches. And let's see what we have. Looks like 8 1/4 that way. And let's get a rough height estimate here. It looks like about 14 1/2 inches high to the top of Vader's head. I guess if you were going to put this in some sort of a cabinet, you would probably need at least 15 inches of clearance. You would probably want to, you know, do a little bit more, maybe, you know, go to 16 inches or so. With 15 inches, you'd have like a little bit, so you have to be really careful sliding it in and out. Otherwise, you'd end up scraping his head. And I guess if you're going to do that, I would suggest probably putting like a washcloth over the top of it and pulling it out. That way you don't scrape the top of his head, because if the head gets scraped, you know, who knows what it's going to look like underneath. In the past, you know, slipped with statues, dropped them. I was doing something, cleaning or whatever, and I bumped them and it fell off of wherever it was. And, you know, it's chipped, and then once it's chipped, you know, that's kind of it. So, you know, just kind of be careful with that. You know, with this, it's kind of like you could position it how you like it. You know, you can see that there's lights over here as well. But I think for balance, you're probably going to be, you know, something like this. That's probably going to, you know, level it out a little bit more, I think. And it looks like Vader. It has the arm details, you know, the suit material. You know, the gloves look like some type of a leather glove or something like that. You know, the cape looks okay. It's got a few wrinkles in the bottom, a few dents. And the lightsaber looks good. I just wish it lit up, because I just think if it lit up, and along with the chest plate, if that lit up, I think this thing would be like just super awesome, because then you could kind of turn it on at night more. You know, again, you know, when you turn it, you know, when you turn off the lights, this is what you have. So, you know, you kind of have to have on a light. So I think that if the lighting in the room is kind of dim, I think that it would be great, because you would want it to be dark enough that the base really pops, but light enough that you could still see the statue. Like, it doesn't have to be as bright as the room is right now while I'm recording this, or however bright the camera is making it look. It looks like it might be overexposing a bit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.